It's lit night time. Hello, I'm Tory, and welcome to another episode of Lit Ladies Podcast. And tonight's segment is Lit Night. Today, we're going to play a very special game, and I'm super excited about it. And it's called Would You Rather Writers Edition. So what happens is that am going to ask a bunch of different questions and give you guys my answers about it. It's kind of like book tag, but it's mostly questions related to writers. So without further ado, let's dig in. First question. Would you rather write 10K words in one day or edit 5 pages for a week? Personally, I'm more into writing than editing in a sense that I like my first drafts to be clean. And personally, I enjoy writing more than editing. Editing feels like a grueling task, and my first drafts are usually pretty clean. So I would go for writing because even though writing 10K words sounds like a very scary thing to do, but yeah, I would choose that over editing 5 pages for a week anyway. Okay, next question. Write 100K word first draft in a month or spend a year perfecting a 10-page short story. I don't know if you can tell, but I like writing more. So writing a 10-page short story just for a year seems like almost like a torture to me. So I would choose write 100K word first draft in a month. Even though it sounds super scary and daunting and a lot of work, but that's right. All right. Next question. It's like morning versus night owl. Write only at 5 a.m. or only after midnight for the rest of your life. I think I like writing at dawn time way more than writing at midnight. Also, the time at dawn is like very calm and just perfect. It's a very blessed time writing just after Fajr prayer. So I would choose write at 5 a.m. Tools of the trade. Next segment. Write with a squeaky fountain pen forever or type on a clacky keyboard that everyone in the cafe can hear. Can I just not write in the cafe? Personally, I love writing in the cafe, but I don't think I would just like fountain pen. I'm not a fan of it. I tried it and I didn't like it, so I'm going to choose a clacky keyboard that everyone in the cafe can hear. It's fine. I can live with that. Okay, next segment, reading and inspiration. Never read your favorite author again or never discover a new author you love. I personally am not a huge fan of rereading, even though I love rereading my favorite novels, but not discovering any new author I love sounds no, just no for me. So I'm going to choose never read your favorite author again. Next question. Have every book you own suddenly turn into ebooks or carry a heavy paperback, no, heavy backpack of paper books everywhere. So the thing is, back in school and university, I used to carry loads of notebooks, extra notebooks. Just I would carry textbooks, I would carry copies, then I would carry my notebooks. Also, I'd carry novels in my bag, and my bags used to be very heavy, so I'm used to that. I'm definitely going to choose carry a heavy backpack of paper books, hard copies everywhere. Okay, wait, quick coffee break. Let me take a sip. Oh, I always keep forgetting talking about it. Grab your favorite coffee, like black coffee, any sort of coffee or tea or any sort of beverage you like, because, just for the vibes. Weird ASMR moment. All right. Next question. Win a big literary prize but stay broke or become a bestseller under a secret pen name and never be recognized. I personally don't even want to be recognized. I want to use a pen name for the rest of my life and never be recognized. So I would definitely choose become a bestseller under a secret pen name and never be recognized. Next question. Have one novel adapted into a blockbuster movie that changes the plot completely, or have a faithful adaptation that nobody watches. I'm not a fan of I don't want my works to be adapted ever. So either way, I'm not choosing any of them. Sorry. Okay, next segment, imagination and genre. Only write in a single genre forever or switch genres every project and never repeat one. I don't want to write a single genre for the rest of my life. I would definitely switch genres every project and never repeat one. In a sense, I would blend genres. So, say if I write one genre, then I would just change a lot of things that it won't be the same anymore. I'm just simply looking for loopholes here, but I'm going to pick switch genres every project and never repeat one. Next question. Create an unforgettable protagonist or an unforgettable setting, but not both. Personally, as a reader and even as a writer, I'm more invested into the characters more than anything else. So I would definitely choose create an unforgettable protagonist. Okay, fun curveballs. Lose every draft to a computer crash or have your editor accidentally publish your very first messy draft. Okay, I would hate losing every draft to a computer crash. That sounds like a nightmare to me. I'm fine. I'm fine if my editor accidentally publishes my very first messy draft because my first drafts aren't messy. So I'm fine with the second one for sure. Next question. Be able to write incredibly fast but never revise, or revise endlessly but never finish a book. Definitely the first one, because like I said, when I write, I just write with a lot of thought, and I don't have to revise that much. But to revise endlessly and never finishing a book is a big no for me. So yeah, I want to be able to write incredibly fast but never revise. All right. Next question. It's about process and productivity. Write every scene by hand and type it later, or dictate all your drafts using voice to text. Personally, I actually write pretty much a lot of the scenes in hand by hand, like longhand. I write them, I note them, I jot them down in my notebooks and just plan a lot of stuff, and then I type it later. So yeah, obviously I'm going to choose the first one because I'm not a fan of doing it voice to text. It just doesn't work for me. So yeah. Next question. Write without caffeine forever or write only while standing the whole time? Write without caffeine forever, definitely. Even though on most of these episodes and writing second time whenever I do have a coffee, but I don't want to write while standing the whole time. It sounds very, I don't know, just not productive. So yeah, write without caffeine. Next question. Outline every plot twist in advance or write purely by the seat of your pants, no outline allowed. I'm definitely going to choose to outline every plot twist in advance because I outline a lot in general. All right, on to the next segment. It's about reading life. Read only debut novels for a year or reread your favorites exclusively for a year. The question is about for a year, right? I am fine with either, to be honest. Like, reading debut novels for each author, it sounds very interesting. Like, you can see a lot of the nuances when you read debut works of each author. So, personally, I'm okay with both. Which one should I choose? I think I'm going to choose read only debut novels for a year. Next question. Have a character you created become a meme or become a famous quote misattributed to another author. Oh wow. I definitely would choose have a character I created become a meme because these days everything becomes a meme and becoming a meme isn't a bad thing, honestly. But to have a famous quote and someone else being credited for that quote sounds very sad. So I'm not going to choose this one. All right, next segment. Career dreams. Land a huge book deal, but never own your rights, or self-publish and hustle every copy yourself. I personally want to publish traditionally. Self-publishing is not really my thing, so I guess Land a huge book deal, but never on my rights because I'm fine as long as I have the copyright for the original material. Then the rest can be like, just discussed, I guess. Next question. Have a loyal cult following of 5,000 readers or a one-time bestseller with no long-term fan base. I wouldn't want that, no long-term fan base. I would choose having a loyal cult following of 500 readers. It's like, having a small family and it's nice. Okay, next segment. Creative challenges. Write a story entirely without using the letter E, or write a story in which sentence starts with the same word. Both sounds very difficult. Which one should I even choose? Okay, so an entire novel without the letter E. It sounds like the book Gatsby. Written by Ernest Vincent Wright. There is already a novel like that, and I don't think I can do that. So even though both seem equally difficult, I would choose write a story in which every sentence starts with the same word. I don't know if it's going to be fun to read a story like that, though. All right, next question. Invent a completely new language for a novel or create an intricate magic system with 100 rules. Making a language, just inventing a completely new language sounds nuts, like very, very difficult. The second one, that is actually equally difficult. Okay, no, I would say the first one is less difficult. So I would choose creating an intricate magic system with 100 rules because this way I could just like, make a lot of interesting, at times nonsensical things. I could just play with the possibilities here. So I'm going to choose this one. All right. Next segment. Playful curveballs. Accidentally send an early draft to your harshest critic or have your internet search history posted on your author website. I'm fine with accidentally sending an early draft to my harshest critic because, oh my God, I don't want my internet search history posted on my author website because even though my history search history isn't that like, it's very tame, I would say, but I would still not want that. It feels weird. And my early drafts are pretty tame, so it's fine if I send it to my harshest critic. I mean, it's not like I have to read the criticism, like the critic they made. I could just ignore it. I'm fine with that. So yeah, fine. I'm going to send my early draft to my harshest critic. Next question. Be locked overnight in a library with no Wi-Fi or in a coffee shop with no books? Well, it didn't really say that I cannot bring a book myself, right? I mean, a coffee shop that has no books on its own, it's fine, but I could just bring my own book and do it, right? That's fine, right? Because if I'm locked overnight with no Wi-Fi, well, technically I can still call, but having a Wi-Fi helps a lot. So, yeah, I would choose a coffee shop with no books because if I'm not reading, I still have a phone, I still have Wi-Fi, I can write and do stuff. It's fine. I can live with that. Coffee shop with no books, definitely. And these were all the questions. Today was a short episode, but I still hope that you enjoyed tonight's episode and see you next time. Have a lit night. Bye.